Good morning, happy Monday. Glad that you guys are here. I'm actually recording this on Sunday night. Going to try to do these a day ahead of time because this is going to be an absolutely crazy week from the district standpoint. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know Sunday was kind of dreary, but Saturday was really nice. Miss you guys a lot. Call me, reach out if you need to. Here is a TikTok for you. I can't believe you guys let this flop. Put a finger down if when you were in 6th grade, your entire school was going through a pantsing and shanking tradition where you were really worried about it, so you begged your mom to buy you some cool underwear, so if it happened to you, at least your drawers were cool. But then it was in the middle of winter, 31 degrees outside, and your whole school had a fire drill, and your best friend walked up behind you and pantsed you in front of the entire school. You sat there with your arms crossed because you didn't think it was a big deal because at least your underwear was cool, but then a girl pointed at you, screamed bloody murder, and the whole school turned and looked at you and started laughing, and you looked down and realized that your cool drawers were actually at your ankles, and your whole school saw you naked and created really interesting nicknames about you for the next 3 years. Hope you enjoyed that embarrassing insight into my life. Announcements: be prepared to have your homeroom teacher reach out to you today or tomorrow with a few questions. This is from the district, and we are just following protocol. We got the Zooms again this week. Second and third period, you're up at Tuesday, 11 o'clock. Wednesday at 11 o'clock is 4th period, and Thursday, 11 o'clock is 6th period. Here's the bell ringer. It's the short one today, so go ahead and click pause in 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back. Here we are, greatest numbers. That's talking about the greatest common factors. You do your factor trees, or you can just use some common knowledge. 16 is the largest number that goes into both, so the greatest common factor is 16. An ambulance arrives every 7 minutes, a fire truck arrives every 12. After how many minutes do they arrive at the same time? That is an LCM question. So you skip count by 7s and by 12s. So you have 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 50, 6, 63, 70, 77, 84. You know that 7 times 12 is 84, so 84 is the LCM. Look at the equivalent ratios table. They all must be equivalent, meaning the top to the bottom must be the same. So you know that the multiplier is 3 here and 3 there, so you can easily figure this out by multiplying by 3. Multiplying by 3, 24 times 3 is 72. And then 35 times 3 is 105. Why are they equivalent? Because of the scale factor. Keyword there is factor. You'll learn more about that in 7th grade. It's going to set you up for more in 7th grade. I'm just going to give you the formulas. Base times height divided by 2. Base 1 plus base 2 multiplied by height divided by 2. And then length times width times height. Here we go, let's work them out. 17 times 8.3 is 141 divided by 2 is 70 and 55 inches squared. Then we do 7 plus 8 is 15 multiplied by 3, which is 45. 45 divided by 2 is 22 and 5/10 feet squared. Then we just do 9 times 2, which is 18, times 3 and 4/10, and we get 61 and 2 meters to the power of 3. Alright, so today's goals are that we can visually represent data given a set of information. So here is the first data set. Priya wants to know if basketball players on a men's team and a women's team have had prior experience in international competitions. She gathered data on the number of times the players were on a team before 2016. So you can see this is a data set right there. You got the men's and you got the women's. But looking at this, it's kind of combining like terms where you're just like, oh, there's so much data there. You got 3, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And you're like, that doesn't really help me visually understand and see what I need to know right away. So you can take this information and apply it to a frequency table. So go ahead and click pause, draw this frequency table, and then come back when you are ready. So frequency means the number of times something occurs. So we're going to count how many zeros we have. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what this means is 10 men's basketball players have never played internationally. Then we want to count the number 1. We only got 1 player who's played out internationally 1 time. And then we have 1 player who's played internationally 3 times. Now we can compare that to the women's team's players. So let's count the zeros first. We got 1, 2. So we got 2 people who've played 0 times internationally. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players who have played internationally. Then we have 1, 2 players who've played internationally twice. Then we have 1, 2, 3 players who have played internationally 3 times. And I'm left over with this 0 that I forgot. So let's go ahead and make sure our data is correct. We got 3 there and a 0 there. So these 2 frequency tables allow us to visually see the data. Let's continue. So now what we want to do is we want to make a dot plot for each table. So I'm going to pull up the frequency table on my laptop so I can look at it left to right. So we have 10 people who have never played internationally for the men's team. So we're going to draw 10 circles on top of each other. Okay. Then we have 1 player who's played internationally. And then we have 1 player who's played internationally 3 times. For the women, we had 1, 2, 3 people who have never played internationally. I'm going to draw a line to compare these two. Then we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 women who've played internationally 1 time. And then we've had 1, 2 women play internationally twice. And then 3 women play internationally 3 times. So this dot plot allows us to see the data visually as well. So can you tell about the competition and participation of the men on the basketball team? Well, if you look at it, you can say the majority have never played internationally. Okay, and then the women's team is, you can say that there's a very diverse experience because you have some women who've played internationally 3 times, some that have played 1, some that have played 0, and so on. Let's look at this categorical data survey. So this is called categorical data because it's not number data. Okay, it says Kieran wants to know which 3 summer sports are most popular in his class. He surveyed his classmates on the favorite summer sport. Here are their responses. I'm going to zoom in. I want you to make your own frequency table. Click pause in 3, in 2, in 1. Okay, so we are going to now fill this out. We have swimming with 5. We have gymnastics with 5. We have track with 7. We have diving with 3. Basketball with 2. Soccer with 2. Volleyball with 4. And rowing with 2. It's really irritating that they didn't include baseball, which is by far America's most popular sport during the summer. But it's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, remember what the question's asking us. What are the 3 most popular sports? Which 3 summer sports are the most popular in his class? So, we're going to look at it. How can I do this visually? I'm going to take a picture of my phone so I can make a graph on the next slide. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to create a bar graph. And remember, we have to label it. So first I'm going to put swim. You should be doing this with me. There was 5 people that liked swim. So it's really important to go straight up to the line. I'm going to color it in neatly. For the sake of time, I'm not going to, and label it swim. Then we are going to do gymnastics, which also had 5. Colored in neatly on your paper so you can see the definition of the 2 different lines. Then we have track, which was 7. Then we had dive in 3. Basketball in 2. Man, I miss teaching you guys. It's hard doing these videos. Soccer in 1 and 2 as well. Volleyball in 4. And rowing in 2 as well. So I'm going to label that as rowing. Then label that as V-ball. Soccer. Basketball, dive, and track, and swim. So the 3 most important or most popular sports you can see are swim from the graph, gymnastics from the graph, and track from the graph. So those are the 3 most popular sports. Okay, let's look at this thing. It says 15 customers in a pizza shop were asked, how many toppings did you add to your cheese pizza? Here are their responses. Again, it's hard to tell by looking at this data what it truly means, so you want to create a frequency table. So how many people said 0 toppings? You had 1, 2, 3, 4 people with 0 toppings. Then how many people had 1 topping? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people with 1 topping. Four people with 2 toppings. And 2 people with 3 toppings. So the way that I could ask you questions about this graph now, or about the data, is what was the most popular, what was the least popular, what would be the median, what would be the mean, and we can go from there. So now what we want to do is we want to ask, or we want to create a dot plot based off the following information. Okay, so with 0 toppings, we had 4 people. With 1 topping, we had 5 people. 2 toppings, we had 4. 3 toppings, we had 2. So you can see visually that 1 was the most popular answer. Easy lesson today. I hope you guys liked it. Reach out at any time if you need me. Proud of y'all.